What's going on? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic one time for the one time. Shout out to the LDBC. Once again, we doing another video. Super active Saturday. That's what you can call it. I seen somebody debating about why Terence Crawford is better than Andre Ward, which is comical to me, for the simple fact that if you follow my channel, I'm big on who did you beat, and for the simple fact, I don't even think, Terence Crawford has beat a guy the caliber of Carl Froch or Miguel Kessler yet in his career. So, you can see, a lot of these guys go by the eyeball test. And if you were fighting, if you're a fifth grader and you fighting a whole bunch of second graders, of course you're going to look dominant versus the second graders, But if you're a fifth grader and you beating a fucking, a fifth grader, a sixth, seventh, eighth grader, now we talking that you're great at what you're doing. You're a good fighter. You're dominant. And, a lot of people just get caught up into, the media hype that's created around their promoters and their managers and their team. And I think a lot of the fighters start to believe they're better than what they are or currently are. And not what they going to be. And for the simple fact that I believe that, Andre Ward is way more accomplished than Terence Crawford. There's no doubt about that. He's fought the better fighters, and he is currently the better fighter. I'm not crowning nobody pound for pound king who best win is Yuriorkis Gamboa and Victor Postal. Period. Now, if you want to get into attributes, like, Crawford is, a switch style fighter, a southpaw, he's quick, he's fast, and all that good shit, I feel you on that. If you say I like Crawford, I think he has better attributes than Andre Ward at his weight class. Hey, I feel you on that. I feel you. But when you step up in competition and you step up in weight, your power becomes less of a non-factor, and your skill level starts to kick in and starts to show. Then your chin, you see what type of chin you got. You get hit by smaller guys, people rehydrating higher than you or equal than you. Then you see stuff start to come full circle. You know what I'm saying? And then you see what type of fighter you got. So that's why a lot of times, man, you got to take a wait and see approach with these guys. A lot of these guys squeeze down, one or two weight classes above, below than what they, naturally could be fighting at. To get world titles, if you can do it, if you can make the weight, there's no debate. But as far as, accomplishments and skill level, Andre Ward is, head and shoulders above, Terence Crawford at this point, but he got a running head start. You feel me? Crawford is still, about to enter his physical peak prime, and I think he got a lot of boxing ahead of him. For the simple fact that if you want to talk about attributes, Crawford is just as cerebral as Andre Ward. Very smart, high IQ guys. I think Crawford is a better athlete than Andre Ward, most definitely. I think at his weight, he's quicker, faster. I think he's the more natural, better puncher when you're talking about weight class. I'm not talking about just, fighter for fighter. I think he is. But the thing about Andre Ward is he got something that you can't measure and that you can't see, it's just that thing, that it factor that Andre Ward has that Terence Crawford hasn't showed us, he got that grit, that determination. We've seen Ward get off the canvas a couple times. We've seen him grind victories out. We've seen him come from behind and get his hands dirty and do the dirty work. We've seen him take big shots. We've seen him move up in weight and dominate the king of a division. We've yet to see Terence Crawford do any of that, all those things. He hasn't passed any of those tests yet. He hasn't moved up and fought the best guys. As far as, the welterweight. At 140, nobody there. 135, nobody was there. We haven't seen him come from behind. We haven't seen him face too much adversity. I understand that he was behind, and some people scorecards versus Thomas Delorme and Yuriorkis Gamboa, but both of those guys was small, small in Gamboa's case, and weak chin in Gamboa's case, and a weak chin in Thomas Delorme's case. He had already been beaten Delorme, so he hadn't done anything that hadn't already been done to Delorme. He had already been knocked out. We haven't seen him, face a foe that's his equal, a 50-50 fight. We haven't seen him in those type of situations. And that's the next test for Terence Crawford. And I think that test is going to unveil itself at 147 pounds in the disguise that's Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao, Sean Porter, of that nature of fighter. We're going to see Crawford get hit by a real guy that's his equal size or bigger. We're going to see Crawford see if he can shore up the mistakes from getting hit too much. gonna see a lot of those things. But back to the attributes, I think Andre Ward is a better defensive fighter. I think Andre Ward has better technique than him at this point. But like I said, Andre Ward is a gold medalist. He's a dude that was been groomed to be a top fighter. He's been doing this for a long time. Crawford is still getting better. At the end of the day, Andre Ward is closer to retirement than Terence Crawford in years wise. And it's no shame to say you're not the better fighter than Andre Ward when you're 28 years old. Andre Ward has a 5-year, 6-year head start on you, 32, 33 years old. There's no shame in that. I mean, I definitely could see Crawford, surpassing, Andre Ward in the next couple years and extending to a top, world fighter and pound for pound #1 easily. But that's why they fight the fights. But right now, easily, Andre Ward is the better fighter than Terence Crawford, head and shoulders above. I don't think it's a competition. His body of work proves that. When Crawford starts fighting real deal fighters and fighters at welterweight, then we're gonna see, what he got in his arsenal. We're gonna see, can he shore up those mistakes of getting hit too much? Can he tighten up the defense, and can he still be effective with his power and size versus guys that's equal to his size? But this is your boy CJ Goodfellow. We gone.